Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gaming. We are back into Watcher of Realms and I wanted to have a look at the upcoming event. Now if we scoot over to the gallery and have a look at Silas, there he is in his normal Frostwalker Game of Thrones type style. And then there's the skin that's up for grabs, Penumbral King. So we've got a plus 0.7% attack and plus 12 defense. It's almost nothing, but I do think the skin looks really good. Now it does say obtained from Valentine's Day 2024 time limited skin shard assembly event. Well, that's a mouthful, but that does appear to be the only time that we'll be able to get it. Whereas Silus you can get any time that you pull a shard realistically. The odds are really slim and they've got slimmer, but you can get him anytime you pull a shard. Whereas the skin appears to only be this event. So you go and have a look at the event. There it is, pre-registered for the event. So if you have a look at the event, you need 60 shards to actually summon or fuse. I'm not too sure which way around they're doing it, but you need 60 shards to be able to get the skin for Silus. You get 35 from the Oracle's Trial. These are the bottom ones, so that is, they're generally very much a given. They're really easy to do. There isn't any problems doing them, so those 35 shouldn't be an issue for anyone. However, that then leaves us 25 more we need. So for me, Jewel of Champions, there's 5 available there. That's probably a good bet, and normally with the Jewel of Champions events, it doesn't matter if you lose everything, you can still generally get enough points to actually get the shard that you need. So the Jewel of Champions is probably one that you should want to do. Tells the Smith, 2 events there for Tells the Smith, that's just upgrading gear. Now the problem with these is there's 5 available for each. Now normally, and I don't know why they do that, in the Tales of the Smith event they normally split the 5 fragments down into a 2 and then later on a 3. So if you're looking at doing one of these events, then make sure you go all the way to the end to get the 3 as well, because that way that will give you the 5. If you get stuck with just the 2, it's useless, because you can't even do 2 on the next event, because that would still leave you 1 short. You need to be up in blocks of 5 or 10. So these events are horrible, but if you're going to level up gear, make sure you go all the way to the end to get the 2 and the 3, because these are normally split. Directly above that we've then got the Conquest events. Now these tie in nicely, so you've got the Lost Legacy event and the Vault of the Sands event on the first one. Just bear in mind, don't chuck all your stamina into day 1 of the Lost Legacy event if you're hoping to get points in the Brave Conquest, because the Wednesday the 14th it's the Lost Legacy event and no Brave Conquest, and then on the 15th, 16th, 17th, the next sort of 4 days in the Lost Legacy, you'll be able to gain points for it. If you're only after doing one of the Brave Conquest events, you're probably better off doing the second one. That's because the second one overlaps with the Mystery of Artifacts event. Now the important to realise on that, especially if you're doing level 18 on a Mystery of Artifacts, is you will get more points per run for Brave Conquest. So the point distribution isn't as even as you'd like to think. You don't just get the sort of 20 points, so you can get many more points by doing Mystery of Artifact event with your Brave Conquest, so bear that in mind. It doesn't get you any more points for the Mystery of Artifacts, but if you're running that and you're going to get your 5 anyway, you'll find you'll get a lot more points towards the Brave Conquest. So if that's the one you want to do, or if you need a Brave Conquest event to do, probably worth looking at doing the second one as opposed to the first one. But have a look where you are within the Mystery of Artifacts to make sure that's correct. Now that brings us on to arguably the best event in the game. Coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is Corridor of Glory. 10 shards available here, but it's not the shards we're after. Normally, right towards the end, there are 2 legendary skill crystals, and this is one of the few places you can pick them up. So last time I blew about, I think it was 4 million XP leveling up champions to get the 10,000 points I required. I think this time, possibly Monday or Tuesday, I'll do a video and a full breakdown of the Corridor of Glory event, and we'll have a look at what you need to level up a champion and how many points you get for it, so you can do it the most efficient way. but you do want to tie in your leveling of champions with the Corridor of Glory, and when you do it you want to max it out to get the 10,000 of the 2 legendary skill crystals, because they do not come around that often, and they are probably one of the most sought after items in the game, I think. And then the next 2 events above it, we've got Spiritual Altar, we've got one towards the end of the month, which will probably just be your normal 2 times event for stuff, maybe a banner in there, but I'm not too worried about that. This one here though starts on the Wednesday, runs all the way through to the close of the Sunday, so that is 5 full days of summoning. Now, if rumours are to be believed, there are people saying that there could be a limited time banner, so 250 summons for a Lush, who is the new legendary champion coming out. So possibly then, but possibly not as well, I suppose. It is only rumour, I haven't heard anything confirmed yet, but there are 10 shards available during this 5-day event, so I'm imagining they've got it on for so long, I'm imagining they are going to do something in there as well. So if we go into the events, we can see we've got the Spiritual Altar event, and it doesn't mention anything about Lust. It only has the shards on there for the skin for Silus. Again, Tales of Smith starting, and then we've got Corridor of Glory. It does have the legendary skill crystals up there, so we always want to get those when we can. And then we've got the Brave Conquest event already available and up to see. Now the other oddity is Searing Obsession. No idea what this is, but adding fuel to the fire, there's her exclusive artifact there being offered, and it would be weird to offer the exclusive artifact without any way to get the champion. So that is odd, and then we'll have to wait and see on that. So hopefully that will come up as well, but we shall have a look at that. And the other thing they've got on is a 7-day sign-in, which is the event hasn't started, it will start on Wednesday, and these are just essentially sign-on and you get a load of free rewards, so that's good news. So should you go for it? Yeah, you probably should, shouldn't you? I mean, it's not that hard to get. It doesn't look that hard to get. We'll have to see where they actually put the milestones, but the skin does look good. And I don't even have a Silus, but I would like the skin for him, so when I get him I can chuck that skin on there. Stat bonuses aren't really worth worrying about, they're negligible. If you're really stuck and you need those stat bonuses, there's probably easier ways to get that than having to worry about putting the skin on him, but it's something for nothing, I suppose, just for clicking a few buttons. But I will be going for it. I think he looks absolutely awesome in that, and then hopefully one day I'll actually manage to pull him, so that would be helpful as well. Right, thank you very much for your time today. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good night. Thanks very much. Bye.